And we're going to kick off part 2 of dynamic groups with registry keys. So under attributes, you will notice that string is the actual attribute type that we're looking for, and we want to go ahead and update it to 86400 seconds. That will be 24 hours. So I know we've already created these attributes. We just want to go back and edit them and make sure that they're scanning in a safe interval. And that each attribute type is set to string. So that's why my groups were not populating at the end of the last part of the series in part 1. And just a quick tip here, if you hit scope, view all targets and underscore extended, you'll be able to select the extended groups and just take a look at them. And then you can easily get to your various health server extended or Windows Computer extended objects, attributes. So now we're going to make our way over to monitoring and give you an example of how we can sort of aggregate our views. So here under all test servers, we're going to look at the state view, and we've kind of scoped this just to look at servers, so we can personalize the view here. And you can choose different things, maintenance mode, path, all sorts of various items that pertain to the servers. And if we go to the properties of state view, we're looking for Windows Computer and all test servers. Now I have another folder called DPM servers. And of course our DPM server would be a test server as well as a DPM server, so it's going to show up in both folders. And what we're going to have here is a whole bunch of different objects that relate to DPM. So as you can see here, some of the servers that are protected by DPM are also showing up in here. And all the various partitions and whatnot. And we're seeing that through all objects. So we can play around with DPM, and we can look at various aspects of it to kind of try to narrow down what we're going to see. Basically filter out some of the unwanted things that result from looking at the Windows Computer or entity or whatnot. Our object is what they call it now in 2012. Used to be entity in 2007. So it looks like that's not going to provide us anything. So we can go back to our view and we can scope the other DPM related object. So here's DPM server. Let's see what that comes up with. So now you'll see we have the DPM server, but we can look at other items, if you will. And as we pick those, they start to populate. Then as you click on each one, you'll see different information below. Here, if you want to look at disks, you can click there. So now we can kind of check out different aspects of our DPM server and scope it down to just see a more narrow view of what we're looking for. And that concludes the second part to dynamically adding groups with registry keys. It's been a console intersection production.